How you doing, everybody? Welcome back to Fitness and Nutrition with Rick Gither, where we're conscious, not crazy. So I was asked a question the other day on one of my more popular videos, intermittent fasting, how to eat carbs, and how to be happy. So Teresa, this is for you, and thanks for the question. She asked me for examples of foods that I eat while doing intermittent fasting. And I will give you some examples of my foods, but let me explain a couple of things really quick. The main reason why there's so many different diets out there, and certain diets work better for certain people. People who are insulin resistant do better on an intermittent fasting style diet, and let me explain why. I could talk about the science forever, so I'm going to be kind of quick with it. When your cells do not react the proper way with insulin, your body has a higher level of insulin in it naturally. So that guy who can eat whatever he wants to and always stay skinny, he is not insulin resistant. He is actually very insulin sensitive. His body handles it much better than most people's. So a lot of people, especially people who are pre-diabetic, they have an issue with insulin resistance. Therefore, they have a high level of sugar in their system. Anyways, insulin is just high. So when you have a high level of insulin and then you eat something because your body's insulin resistant, it dumps even more insulin into your system, so you have a higher rate. By doing intermittent fasting, IF, and things of that nature, keto, 12 million different kinds of diets that are out there now, you lower your body's natural state of insulin in your system so that when you do eat and it spikes your insulin, it's not an elevated thing. So when you ask me for examples of my particular meals, I'm going to explain it very simply. I eat everything. And I think everybody should eat everything, but it's how you do it, okay? So if God put it here, it's better for you than anything processed. Definitely candies and sugars. You should probably stay away from candies and sugars. Even when you're going to cheat, let it be cake at a party. Let it be the pizza that you waited for. But don't just go for bags of candy, okay? I'll always say that, So examples of things that I eat while doing IF are potatoes. I make potato wedges. I use sweet potatoes or I'll use regular old gold russet potatoes. And I don't do that with lunch. I let my first meal hit the main components of nutrients that I need. Like I have a salad and I make sure there's some avocado on there for some good fats. I have a good source of protein, whether it's lean beef or chicken, something of that nature, around 600 to 1,200 calories, actually. It's pretty large. And my next meal will be very similar. I'll have some kind of vegetable and I'll have some kind of carb, whether it's a starchy carb or whether it's a slow digesting carb. I don't want you to overthink. In all diets that you have, the reason why I say conscious, not crazy, is I think that the best diet that exists is ish. It should be an ish diet. I'm doing keto-ish. I'm doing low carb-ish. I'm doing 40-30-ish. I think that that's the way it should be, because when you are in your head too much, when you are doing a particular diet, it puts restrictions on you and it puts you in your brain and you say, did I do what I was supposed to do? Did I do what I was supposed to do? And you think really hard about it. But the best way to go about it, honestly, is to remove all that. It's a guideline. That's all that it is. It's giving you tools to help you along your journey. So if you're making the right decisions 80% of the time, you're not going to have to overthink. So, I'm sorry, I carry on a little bit sometimes. The best thing I think that when you're looking at it is, like I said, natural. Don't pay attention. All calories count. So if you're going for a deficit, you have to pay a certain amount of attention. Use MyFitnessPal, track. But by pushing 6 to 8 hours for your first meal, you've already lowered the level of insulin in your system. So if on Monday you didn't do that and you ate an apple is going to affect you this way. But on Tuesday, if you did IF and you waited 8 hours, that same apple is going to affect you in a different manner because your insulin resistance is actually lowered because the level of insulin in your body is down. Therefore, your body will handle it in a much better manner. So all carbs that you eat when you do IF are going to affect you better. Now, better choices are always the thing. If you think, should I eat that? If you have to think, man, I really want to have that Kit Kat bar, and you're thinking about the ways to make sure you have that Kit Kat bar, you're already going down a very dangerous path. I think that you should attack everything with life. Like if you're home or you're at work, you should go ahead and make sure that you make the positive choice. If you need a burger, don't eat the French fries. If you have chicken, go ahead and have the French fries. If you have steak, something like that, these are where you make your choices on what kind of carbs you need to have. I love pop chips. Here, hold on, I'm gonna grab a bag for you. Pop chips are awesome. Okay? In pop chips, you are going to have 18 grams of carbs. So there's 1 gram of fiber. And the sugars are only 2. Sugars are going to spike your insulin more than anything. So if you need some chips or some fake thing like that for an immediate giveaway, pop chips are good. But I like to take the time and make potato wedges. Anything like that. If you're trying to talk yourself into, can I have a Pop-Tart, or should I have this, or should I have that, you absolutely can. But you don't want to go too far with it, okay? That's the long and the short of it. I have potatoes. I eat salad. Yeah, that's pretty much it. When I'm carbing up, I have potatoes, I have salad, I have some fruit. I have some blueberries, or I have some tart dark cherries. I have things that give me what my body needs. I'm still getting some good carbs in my system, and I'm not going too crazy with it because, like I said, I am insulin resistant. I am somebody who dealt with insulin resistance their whole life, so I don't go crazy. But at the same time, when it's time to cheat, I cheat. I have family night every Saturday with my family. It's a beautiful thing. I have a great family. But we do family night, and on family night, I go over to their house, and what they have for dinner, that is what I eat. If I get called and I'm going to go on a date, or a friend of mine calls me and says, hey, let's do such and such, on that evening when I go to dinner, that's where I have something I normally wouldn't. And I don't think about it. I don't go, but that's not in my diet, so I can't have that today. I did IF that day. I did intermittent fasting. So my insulin resistance in my body is already going to handle it better. Ish is the best way to diet, in my opinion. If you go, yeah, I'm carrying on, but I really don't care. Sometimes I got to be more in depth. You cannot put yourself in this little box and expect to be successful, because you will break. That's where binging and things like that come in handy. Become constant, because you can't help yourself. You've been denying. You're like, fuck it, I'm going to eat that ice cream. I tell you to eat the ice cream. You did IF that day. If you really want a cup of ice cream and you earn that shit, then you have it. And you don't overthink it. But put it in a coffee cup. Control the portion size. Don't go crazy. Let yourself have something. Once again, I'm stressing again, conscious, not crazy. Yeah. So, Teresa, I'm sorry if this rambled and I didn't straight just give you, hey, this is what I eat, because this is the best thing to eat, because there is no best thing to eat. If God put it here, if it's natural, if it's unprocessed, you are picking a better thing. Do that 80% of the time, and then the other times, don't even think about it. Don't overstress, because that will raise your cortisol level, which also affects your insulin, and will cause you to gain more weight and be more stressed out. So relax. That's it. I hope you have a wonderful day. I hope I hit a couple of points on this, and I hope the more in-depth answer makes you understand that it's not really so much the carb that you're having. It's your body's ability to handle it. So doing IF is going to help you. Doing a keto-ish diet, a little lower carb, and a little higher fat, is going to help you, but you still need to have a certain number of carbs. So for proper brain function and hormones and things like that. So I don't go for keto. I don't go for low carb. I don't go for high carb. I think that you need to find a balance, and if God put it here for you, it's safer to have.